morning. Any questions, go ahead and put it in the comments as we go. So I want a wide stance, reach down to the floor and back up to the ceiling. So you're tapping down like a deep squat, but not a big squat. I want you to see yourself. Reach down so you're still looking at that camera and up. So down, I'm touching, and then I'm going up to my toes, reaching up. Good. This is 4 and up. Hopefully there's no pain. Nice and easy. We just got up. We're warming up. Good. We're going to just take it easy. Nice warm up today. We're going to go through, there's about 6, 7 core exercises. I'm going to add some stretching. And as always, I'll be talking through. So any questions, put them in the chat. If you're watching the replay, feel free to comment your questions or DM me privately your questions, and we'll see what we can do. Like I said, these sessions are more for education, more to show you some things you can do, but definitely not for treatment, right? So depending on what's going on, you always want to listen to your body. You always want to listen to your body. All right. Nice and easy reaches. Warm up these hips. Get those hips warmed up nice and good. Good. Keep it moving. So because it's the morning, I'm doing some gentle rotations. Notice my hip is coming with me. I'm not just sitting here rocking like this, right? I'm bringing my hips with me to protect my lower back and my spine. Good morning for those who are joining. We're just doing core and posture today, talking about the importance of core, how it relates to posture, how it can help with injury prevention. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. So we're on the, actually starting in standing. I'm gonna give you a standing oblique exercise. Then we'll go into half kneeling with a small weight, and then the rest are on the floor. So if you need space, make space. No equipment except for, if you want to, 1 dumbbell. Alrighty. So first one's called a goddess oblique crunch. So I need you wide. I'm going to change just one angle for a second. Sorry. There we go. So I need you wide. Wide stance. The stampede is on its way. We're going to squat down. We're not going too deep, but my legs are out. So my knees are still in line with my toes. So I'm not going to hurt myself here. I'm sitting down in like a goddess squat, hands at my temples, and I'm going to side bend. So we're just going to focus on one side at a time. Let's do 10. Okay? 2. If your elbow doesn't touch your thigh, it is fine. No big deal. The goal is to focus on crunching, but not hurting yourself, right? So we want to get the obliques, which is 1 of 6 core muscles. We talk about the core, we talk about the trunk. There are actually 6 muscles that are involved. So here's one of them. Here's the obliques. So we're doing right side oblique, goddess crunch. So because I was talking, I'm going to assume this is about 7, 8. Good. Your chest should still be up. 9 and 10. Nice job. Come up if you need a break. Come back down. Other side for 1. 2. Think about your side bending. 3, 4. So you shouldn't be bending forward. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 more. 10. Good. Come up. We're going to open up the arms wide. I'm going to add a triangle pose stretch real quick. Do 1 more set. Reach to that left side and tilt. Look up to the ceiling. Let's open up. Still early. We want to work on posture protection. So opening stretches, anything that opens up the body. So the QL is this region here, right? So we just did obliques, but then that larger muscle along your back, one of them is called the quadratus lumborum, QL. So that this triangle pose is a nice pose, nice stretch for that region. Come back up, reach to the right side, side bend, and lift. So we're opening up this area. So if you do have lower back pains, tightness in the low back, you sit a lot, posture is, you can tell, you know what, I got to work on my posture. These types of exercises and stretches will help you with your posture, because number 1, you need a nice strong core nice back, upper back, right? Which is what the back and shoulder stuff do, but this core exercise, but also learning stretches to open you up. So reach and get some opening here. I give this to clients, or if it's basic, I do it with them lying down, opening up. All right, let's go back, second set right here. Come down for 10. Right side, 9. Feel a crunch, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Come up, come back down. Other side for 10. 9, if you need to breathe. 8, 7, 6, 5, good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job. So, real quick stretch. Another one that's great for posture. If you're sitting, standing, you might have seen me do this before. Grab your hands. I want you to open up the legs wide since we're opening up that chest. Open up. Back bend just a little bit. You might feel some stretch in your front, in your stomach, in your abs. You may or may not. Nice and easy. Head should just feel like it's looking up. No big deal, right? And I want you to gently come forward. Legs are wide. Look down. And breathe. A little longer here. Just a couple breaths in through your nose. And out. Nice and up slow. Okay. I'm going to show you with one weight. You can do it with weight. You can do it with no weight. I'm going to show you an exercise in side bending, or in kneeling, sorry. That is still good for these side abdominals, internal and external obliques. So we hit those muscles, internal and external obliques. The diaphragm, the breathing muscle. That's another core muscle, right? So here we go. So I need you here. I'm holding my weight at chest level. I'm on my knee. And I'm bending and bringing that elbow to my same side hip. And then I'm coming up. So I'm not twisting. I'm just kind of reaching down, coming up. So a little bit on an angle, right? So I'm reaching down, coming up. Instead of that pure side bending that we just did, a little bit of rotation, because that's what the trunk does. It helps us turn, rotate. Think about when you're lifting things. Think about when somebody calls you and you have to turn around. What's preventing you from like just collapsing and falling over, right? Good. Here's 4. I want you doing this slow. 5. That's the other thing. Slow down with exercise. And unless you're in a rush and you absolutely have to go, you're really setting yourself up for maybe either not paying attention to your posture, not paying attention to your body mechanics with exercise, putting yourself at risk of injury because you're just going too fast to really pay attention. Am I even using the right muscles? So with core, slow down. Like, unless, I don't know why you would go fast with core, honestly. There's really no reason. So slow down. Okay, there's no rush. Because you're probably not getting the benefit of the exercise. Do 2 more on this side if you're like rushing through everything. Like if I did this fast, I know for a fact I'd hurt myself. And then I'm just twisting and I'm not actually strengthening and working those core muscles. I'm just kind of moving my body. Here we go. Elbows up. That's what cardio's for. Nothing against moving fast. That's the cardio. When we're trying to build strength, I need you to slow down. Slow down, focus on what it is you're doing. Feel the muscle contracting. You should feel it actually tighten. Even if you had 0 weight, even if you're doing your own body weight, you should feel your muscles contract. Then you know you're doing something. Good. Here's 6, 7, 8. 2 sets, right? 9. 1 more, 10. Good. Switch right into it. Right into it. 1. Oops. Here's 2. Crunch down. 3. Nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and go. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Okay, the next few are on the floor. We're going to start with, let's get those deep abdominals, right? The transverses. So if I were to take this layer, move it aside, there's another layer that goes deep, runs across our body. That's our transverses. That's that deep core. When they say engage your core, that's what those trainers and me and everybody else is talking about. I want you to think about pulling your belly button in towards your spine. When I do this, the rest of me is not moving. When I do this, I'm just pulling in and tightening these lower abdominals. I'm not bearing down, I'm not clenching. Good morning, good morning. How are you? Good morning. Just talking about core strength, posture, how it's all connected. We went through 2 exercises already, a warm-up so you can catch up later. But right now we're talking about how to engage lower abdominals. So if you were to put your hands on your stomach, right? Come to your pelvic bones, these bones here sticking out, go in about 1 inch. Don't push into yourself. Just put your hands on your stomach. Do not push on you. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. And what do you feel? Can you feel anything getting tight under your fingers, under your hands? If so, that's engaging your core. It's not bearing down. It's not crunching. It's not holding my breath. I'm still talking to you fine, and I haven't moved my body. If you were close to me, you would see my stomach draw in, okay? Like you're getting into skinny jeans. It's something super tight. You got to pull in. You got to get in there. That's what it is. So I want you doing that as we do these exercises. Come on down to your back, right? Make sure there's nothing behind you. Don't hurt yourself this morning. Hopefully, yes, I think YouTube can see me. Good. All right, hands on your stomach if you need to. Just first, you're here. Legs are 90-90, okay? They're stacked. I want your lower back flat and touching the floor, okay? This should touch the floor. If you ever are doing core and your back is coming off like this, you don't have the strength to do that exercise. So if you're somebody who does those like leg lifts and your whole back is coming off and you have to put your hand or something, you don't have the strength to do that. Don't do that or else you're going to get yourself hurt. So here we are. Pulling in. My back is flat. Nothing is moving. My hands are up. And I'm switching. So my right arm is going back. My left leg is going down. And I'm here. And I'm switching. If you need more, you bring the head up. Chin tuck, look down. If this is too much on your neck, you put your head back down. But you still keep the extremities off the floor. If this is too much, you stay here. You barely move, right? It's up here. You can do it up here if this is too much, right? But as long as that back stays on the floor is the goal. The goal is that you can do your core exercises, especially the ones on the floor, with your back on the floor. Your back should stay glued to the floor. If it's coming off, it means your trunk, your core muscles are just too weak for that particular exercise. So instead of quitting, back off. Let's modify it. Let's find a way for you to do it that it doesn't hurt you and that you can actually do it with stability. Because the goal of core is stability. All right? Honestly, you can do all the crunches you want to try to get abs. If your deep core, if this layer down here, those obliques we just did, this layer is not strong, you will continue to have problems. Because the rectus, the muscles, the show muscles, that crunches, all that stuff, that is for show. It helps bend you. So unless you want to bend forward all the time, that is what those muscles are for. Okay, one more each. Take a break. We'll go back into it. All right, pull those knees into chest. Big breath. We'll go back 10 more. We probably did more than 10. That's my fault. I was talking again. Sorry. And here we go. We'll reach up and switch. Here's one. So every leg is one. Every switch. So every two, I should say. Here's two. So we got opposite arm, opposite leg. That's three. That's four. Nice. Notice how my legs stay strong. 5, I'm not just kind of going through the motions. It's all intentional. 6, if you want strength, you have to feel those muscles working. 7, everything's working. My arms are strong and straight. 8, my legs are strong and straight. Okay, everything's working. 9, I'm chin tucking to protect my neck, but my neck muscles are working. One more each. And 10, good. Relax, knees to chest. Since we're here, we're gonna go into bicycles again. Then we'll get into plank, and we're all set, okay? So now I want your hands at your temples if it doesn't bother you. Back to some of that rotation, so reaching your elbow to your opposite knee. Now we did opening, we're crunching. Now this is more like a crunch, which is fine. We're also getting the front and the obliques again. Now the internal oblique, right? Now we're coming in. We did external when we did our side bends. Now we're doing internal with these bicycle crunch. My back is glued to the floor and I'm not running through, I'm not doing this, okay? This is not the crunch. That's just doing bicycles in the air with your feet. Slow down. Slow it down when you do these crunches, these bicycle crunches. You should feel them. This is body weight strengthening. So people ask about what strength? This is strength. You're using your muscles to contract. So if you want to slow down and feel that contraction, good. I need 3 on each side. Here's 1. Switch. Here's 2. Switch. 3. Switch. 4. Switch. 1 more. 5. And I lied again. I said 3 and we did 5. We're at 17 minutes this morning. I'm going to move forward. Do 1 more set of bicycle crunches. Any questions? Let me check. Bones are popping like crazy. Well, I guess it depends on what bones those are. But sometimes that just happens. It's the morning, right? It's the morning. My bones crack all the time, and I do this stuff every day. So as long as there's no pain associated, nothing funny happens. Like it's not like your bone cracks and then you feel like a zing or you have pain, you're fine. A lot of that is just stiffness. Our joints have fluid in it. It's got air, you know, so hydration. But it doesn't even mean that if you drink all the water in the world, your bones are gonna stop cracking. That's just part of it. That's just kind of what happens. So again, as long as it's not associated with something else, like a symptom like pain or tingling or something like that, you're normally fine. It's not moving. It's not like shifting. You're good. Oh, you were cracking before. Yeah, so that was the thing. So if you're cracking before the crunches, it was probably just warming up because you just jump right in. So thank you for being here. But yeah, keep going. So we're gonna go back. Actually, I lied. We're gonna go back, do 1 more set of bicycle crunch, and then we're gonna end with plank. We're actually almost done. We'll go over plank. I really want to review plank, what it means, and then we'll talk about how all this works together. How do you connect the core with posture, with injury prevention? How all this works together. So back to your back. 1 more set of bicycle crunches. This time I'm going to try my best to count. If I'm not counting, then hopefully you're counting for yourself. So we got 10, but every one, so right, left is only 1, right? So if you need to count single, then you're going to 20. Chin tuck, legs up, let's go. Crunch, side. Here's 1. There's 2. 3. 4. 5. Here's 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good work. We're gonna do Superman. So I wanna review Superman because that's the other area of the core that we don't talk about, this lower back, the region that comes down and inserts into our sacrum and our low back, right? So we talked about the obliques. We did the external obliques. We did the internal obliques. We just did the lower deep transversus abdominis. I talked about the diaphragm. We haven't done really breathing exercise, but the diaphragm is one. Then we got the multifidi in the back, the low back. What am I missing? Internal, external, transversus, multifidi, transversus. What am I missing? Diaphragm. Missing one. That's okay. All right, grab a pillow if you need to. You do this, no pillow if you have to, but I have to protect my back because, like I said, it's a little sore. So I'm gonna lie over the pillow. The pillow's at my waist. I'm just coming over. I'm reaching, my head stays down. So I'm gonna demonstrate first, talk through it, and then you can come in. So Superman's. Some people love this, some people hate it. Most people hate it. But we need to strengthen those posterior muscles. So the lower back, glutes, hamstrings, right? They all insert back here and they protect your back too. So looking down, reach forward. We're gonna go up, down. If you can do all four extremities, that's awesome. Your head is down. If you cannot do all four, you're just doing upper body. You can do them like this. You can do them like this. So it's your choice how you do them. Whichever one you do, you should be able to do them smoothly. So if doing all four, you look like this, you're swimming, then we're not doing that. Just do the upper body. Ready? So I need 10, whichever one you're doing. Reach forward, reach back, and go for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Sit back in a child's pose. We have one more set of those. Stretch the opposite. Let's get right back in it. Reach forward, look down. It's really important your head stays down during this exercise. You're not lifting and doing that, okay? Keep that head down and up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. We got it. That's Superman's. That's low back. All right. Plank, 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 plank. Plank is taking all of these things, putting it together. If you do a plank, they're awesome. Very important you do them safely. Or you're either not getting the efficiency of the workout, or again, with everything else, you're at risk of injury, right? We don't want that. So think about how you drew in, pulled the belly button in. When you're on your back, it was easier because gravity is helping you. Now you're doing the same thing, but you're doing it either on your forearms, your toes, your hands, your knees, I don't care, however you need to do it. But it's so important that you actually, all those things we just did, we're tying it all together. So it should feel like from underneath your breast, your chest, your ribs to like your glutes are one. Everything feels like they're working together like a big cylinder, a vacuum, okay? That's what it should feel like. It should not feel like you're dipping through your back. It shouldn't feel like you're pushing and trying to post yourself up with your arms. That's what it feels like. You're doing it wrong, and we just need to modify it. There's ways to go around that. We're going to do forearm today. Most people are comfortable with that. I think Instagram can see me pretty good. YouTube, I know you can. So here we are on our forearms. Before you go anywhere, you're going to take those legs back. If you're doing a modified on your knees, it is still effective, so don't feel like you're doing anything less. You're here. Stomach pulls in. So before I even go into what I want to do, I pull my stomach in, I squeeze my butt, and then I'm going to lower myself. If I'm doing modified, I like to bring the legs up so I can't cheat, but I'm squeezing my butt and my stomach is in, and you can see that straight line. It does not look like this. This is not a plank. This is not a plank. This is not a plank. Okay? You're here, squeeze the booty, pull the belly button in. I'm firm, I'm strong, I'm flat. This is it. Or same thing on your toes. We got to hang out here. If you're here, let's go. If you haven't, get into the position. We have 30 seconds. Look down. Whether you're on your knees or on your toes, it's the same. So I want you to pull in. You're on your forearms. Push through the ground so your upper back muscles are working. Everything should be on right now. Your stomach is in. Your butt is clenched. You're pushing through the ground with your elbow, well, not your elbows, your forearms to keep you lifted. You should feel like you're trying to lift yourself from the ground. 3, 2, 1. Come down. That's plank. We're going to do one more time to go over it. Belly in, right? Butt in, butt squeezed, tucked. So this is poked out. Tuck it, bring it in. Come on, tuck it. Nice and flat. Belly in. Breathing. When you get to the ground, you're pushing through the ground. So you should feel like you go from being kind of hanging out to up strong. I don't know if you can see that. Pushing up. Round 2, 30 seconds, and we're done. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Tuck, belly in, push through the ground and hold. You got 30 seconds here. Just look down. If you can get this plank, you can do so many things. Your push-ups will get easier. All of those exercises where you have to get down to the ground, burpees, plank jumps, plank jacks. Anything down here will get so much easier. This will also help every other exercise you do. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. That's core. Let's stretch. All right, let's stretch. So we already did child's pose. Let's come on down to seated QL. Open up. We'll do this. We'll do a kneeling hip flexor. All right, so how is the core posture injury prevention? How does that all happen? Well, we just went through 6 exercises or so, and I'm sweating. I don't know about you, but I felt all of those things. Though I only used weight for one. Everything else was my body weight. Everything else was me intentionally focusing and contracting my muscles that needed to work. Working on muscular endurance, which was the plank, right? Working on engaging those lower abdominals and feeling the muscles as I did the exercises. So 20-something minutes later, I'm sweating, which makes sense. That's what should happen. You don't have to do a 20-minute core workout. You could do 4 exercises. Just do them correctly. Do them at least a couple times a week, or tag them onto the workouts you have. And if you're doing it with the workout, again, no problem. Slow down though. A lot of workouts, and I will do the same. I work out, I might throw in 2 abs at the end. Slow it down. No. Be intentional about those 2 exercises. You can do whatever you want during the day though, right? You could take a posture break and do abs. You know, you could do 3 exercises for your abs. It's going to help your posture for the rest of the day. For real. We got to give ourselves a break. We got to give ourselves the time to back off. Like you said, you feel tight, popping, whatever. Movement will help all that. Some of that is just stiffness. We're just stiff because we don't move. That's reality right now. None of us move enough. So when we do move, our body reminds us. Like I was saying, I hurt myself a few weeks ago. I've been slowly getting back into what I need to do, but I had to tell myself to slow down. I had to back off. When I do certain things, okay, let's slow down. What do we do? Let's get back to the basics. This right here, this is the foundation. This is the basics. Making sure you have a nice, strong trunk core. When you see people exercising, you're like, I don't know how they do it with they're up here. Mine doesn't look like that. It's because they're strong. So yeah, their shoulder press looks like this instead of like this because they're strong and they know how to posture and they know how to retract those muscles and they know how to press overhead or squat with good form because their foundation is set. You can't go jumping into doing, I want to have big legs, I want to have a big booty, that's great. I want to do all these squats, that's awesome, that's wonderful. But if you don't have a strong trunk, those squats are gonna jack your back up. Okay, it's true. I squat all the time. Nothing against squats, it's great. But I'm also very strong here, so I know what to do. I do all those things, I engage, I do all those things, then I squat. I engage, I do all those things, and then I lunge. Alrighty, so any questions, put them in the chat. Otherwise,